Okay, so here we go. I'm going to be documenting over the next couple of days. I decided to hop in the car. I had a few days. So I hopped in the car and decided I'm going to go up the California coast, up north. I shoot Long Beach south all the time, from basically Long Beach to Dana Point, a little bit in San Diego. But I don't go north very much. So I've been on the road for the last almost 4 hours. I got me some coffee and some food, so I decided to record my first vlog of the morning. It's been an interesting morning. Driving for 4 hours in the dark, not the most fun. 5 hours sleep, again, not the most fun. But I'm super excited. I have 8 stops that I'm planning on hitting. Stopping at Monterey, California. I might go a little further, who knows? You never know. But for now, the plan is to go from Long Beach to Monterey, which is like Santa Cruz area. It's just before San Jose, San Francisco. And so, yeah. So I'm documenting it. We'll see what I get out of it. Vlog-wise, I got crumbs all over. Jeez Louise. Fat guy starts off his vlog with food. But anyways, so stay tuned, and we'll see what the day produces. Peace. Okay, so we are at the first location, 4.5 hours later. I am at what's known as Vista Point. The weather is a bit overcast, and I'm kind of just stretching my legs at the moment. I'm on 4.5 hours sleep after driving for 4.5 hours. Yeah, I'm letting my car air out a little bit because some unnatural emanations from having a crap ton of coffee on an empty stomach began to permeate from my nethers, and now my car smells like dead ass. So yeah, so I'm letting my car air out, checking the scenery out, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. It's kind of moody. So what I decided to do was try not to fall and die. The overcast doesn't look like it's going to be getting clear anytime soon. So I really wanted something sort of moody and dark. Maybe not dark in the sense of like the lighting, but just I'm going to use the haze to my advantage. So what I decided to do was set up over here, and I set my tripod up like right in here, and then I just started shooting this way and spinning my camera to where I was taking basically a pano of all of this. But what I really wanted to make sure I got were these rocks down here, because the rock formations down here are just super cool. You can see like just they're sort of like a jagged smooth at the same time, and you have some like water pools in there. Same thing down there and over there. So yeah, so I with the haze, you can't really see the horizon at all. The waves kind of breaking over the water. That's what I meant by dark. It's sort of just lifeless in a sense. We'll see when I get it into post. But this was my first stop. I might hang out here for a bit again, see what the sun does to the overcast. But for now, I got 4 or 5 shots I took from 2 different spots. I took one here, and then I took one, if you can see, because the sun's kind of glaring right now. I took one from over here and went kind of like this way with it. I was a little further back, but yeah. So first stop, it's been interesting. I've never done anything like this. It's been super fun so far, except for the lack of sleep. I couldn't fall asleep, so I didn't actually go to bed until like, I don't know, 11:30. Alarm went off at 3, and I just threw my stuff together and took off. So yeah, 4-hour drive down here, already 300 miles, and my final destination for the trip, it will be another 300 miles. So I have another 300 miles to go north from here. I have a campsite that I'm just gonna sleep in my car overnight, and then I'll start heading back tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way to my final tonight. We'll see, because I really just want to play it by ear. I'm planning on passing out asleep in a little bit, just to catch up on a few hours, because I've been on the road for so long. But just being out here and shooting this, you can actually see just from me standing here talking that some of the haze is starting to lift out here, which is super cool. So who knows what's out there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bust the drone out, get some footage here, and stop number 1 on the 2-day photography adventure done. So I'm at my second stop. It was about another 2 hours, hour and a half drive. And what I didn't realize is the complete and total lack of gas stations. So oddly enough, I am in the mountains. But right over there is a pathway to a beach, Pfeiffer Beach. And I almost ran out of gas. That was fun. I mean, personally, I had plenty of gas. But, you know, luckily there was a restroom right over there. And I painted the hole. So I'm going to go jog down this path. And by jog, I mean walk slowly, because I'm fat and I ain't jogging anywhere. And let's see what this beach path holds. This is the coolest beach walkway I've ever seen in my life. I'm walking in a damn forest, ending up at a beach. How cool! So cool. Holy smokes, this might be the coolest beach I've ever been on. Okay, so I'm done losing my mind over how awesome this beach is. I was here about 7 seconds and already knew the first shot that I wanted. So what we're doing is we're setting up for a pano here, and it's going to stretch from this area to capture all this. I'll take all these people out in post, and then we're going to slide this way to get this whole thing. So this whole thing will be one shot, and then I'm gonna take a few here in the center where the waves are crashing in. I'll do a few like stills to catch some cool waves, and then I'll do a few longer exposures to maybe see how that looks, just to smooth things out. But yeah, right now that's the first shot we're doing. Okay, so I'm in the car at the moment. Just had more food, ate lunch basically. The coffee you saw earlier was 7 in the morning. It's noon now. I've made 4 stops. Two were good. I stopped at Vista, which you saw just a minute ago. It was super dreary. Hazy, just super hazy, but it had like this cool sort of Silent Hill at the beach vibe, which was cool. The shots I took a pano, got some other ones. We'll see how they turn out. I'm not really doing any editing until later tonight, and I'll load everything on my iPad, just kind of swipe through and see the shots that I got. Two other places were a bust. I don't know how to get to them. So basically where I'm at right now is I'm in the mountains. I'm at Big Sur, for anybody that knows California, which is mountains. I'm in the frickin' mountains. And the beaches that I wanted to go visit were down the mountain. Unfortunately, or I guess I should say fortunately, it was just a cliff, and I couldn't figure out how to get down onto those beaches. So yeah, that sucked, because I know there's a way to shoot those places. I just don't know how to get down there. I'm not like super familiar with this area, so I might have to do some more research and do this again. Oh no. But so those two places I didn't get to. So what was it? I Vista Point this morning, and now I'm at Pfeiffer Beach, which I just shot. And Pfeiffer Beach is unbelievable. It's just it might be the best beach I've ever been to. There's just giant, like I can actually do it on the screen. So like there's giant cliff rock formations over here and more over here, and then like down the middle is the ocean just coming in. Huge waves. There's like barrels out there, like 10, 12, 13 feet. 13's like oddly specific, but just big freaking waves. Hitting the rocks, so splash. And then if you go further over, there's more like rock faces, and then there's an alcove, just like a little cove cut through from the ocean. And so you can see the water coming in, which is super cool. And then further still, like if you go up and around the bend, there's just this massive rock formation out in the water, and just right through the center of the ocean's like cut through. So that was super cool. So I actually got 3 or 4 shots. I got 2 panos for sure. And then I took a couple different shots of the waves crashing up against a couple rocks. I don't know how those will turn out. I'll see them later tonight. But this, as of right now, with the 5.5 hours I've driven, the 350 miles so far, this was worth it. This was absolutely worth it. It was just gorgeous. I got to get out of the car, walked along the beach and farted a lot, so that felt great. I got to pee. I got to pee here at the beach. No, I didn't. They have super clean restrooms, so that was great. Yeah, but I'm on 4 or 5 hours sleep. I went to bed at 11:30 and got up at 3. What is that? 3.5? That's 3.5. That's awful. So I'm super tired. I don't have to be anywhere until I can check in at my campsite at 3, but I don't have to be there at 3. I can get there up till 10. So I think I'm gonna like crash out for a couple hours here and then keep going. So I'm gonna get some sleep. But for you guys, I'll be awake and moving again. I don't know if you can hear me out there because it's windy as balls. It's also freezing, so there might have been a little, not safe for work going on in my shirt. But that was gorgeous. That was gorgeous. That's why I'm out here. Oh man, that's why I'm out here. That was so gorgeous. Just one heck of a view. Anyways, I got a 2-hour nap in me. Got about another 45 miles to a place called Hurricane Point. And that's gonna be probably my last stop for the day. Then I have to kind of turn around and come back a little bit because my campsite is behind me, and the place I want to go to right now is in front of me. So hopefully Hurricane Point has the composition that I want, that will be complemented by sunset. As you can see out there, hazy all day. It's just wild here because we're so high up that basically clouds are just hanging around all day, everywhere I've gone. Just it's fascinating. I love it. It's so cool. Yeah. So all right, on to the next stop, and see you in a second. Okay, so it's the end of day one. I have about 450 miles on my car and about another 40-mile drive back to the camp. Setting up for sunset. I have my composition. I'm just waiting for the sun to get lower so it gets a little darker, because right now the whites are wildly blown out, but this is what I'm looking at. So what I'm trying to do is get this rock in the foreground with that. Then you have the whole silhouette of all that back there with that giant rock formation, and then the waves coming in this way. I'm going to shoot it at half a second to try to smooth out the water, and then I'm going to do some faster shutter speeds, maybe just get the waves a little more formed. We'll see. But yeah, so as of right now, this is what we're looking at. Super happy with it. Looks like it's going to be a good sunset. So I'll probably post the photo now. So day one is done. I actually forgot to vlog this in my car. So I managed to get the sunset photo, which I was happy with, the purples and oranges at the rock and the water. And then the other shot was right before sunset when I was on my way back to that beach. So super happy, gonna crash. Day 2 tomorrow.